Aloha, this is Ronnie Margolis with eXp Realty on the beautiful Garden Island of Kauai. And our market hasn't been much change in the market. I'm going to show you when we do the numbers. So we're taking a look today at the November numbers here in the first week of December. And the market continues to be sluggish as it relates to November of 2022. I think regardless of where you look, whatever town on the mainland, whatever island on the island in the state of Hawaii, you're going to find similar dynamics. And I'm going to show you a few graphs here. And in these graphs, the blue numbers represent our island of Kauai. The little yellow dots along there are the national trends. So this is juxtaposing the national trends versus the island of Kauai. And these are the pending listings. So these are the properties that are currently in escrow. And you can see not a lot of fluctuation. We had a high of 106 properties in escrow back in May. Last month, 103. This month, 97. No significant numbers and no particular trend that I can see. This is the total number of listings. So we think that when there are more listings on the market, perhaps prices will go down. Many people think that, but not so sure in Hawaii because of the demand. And there hasn't been much change. There's slightly more inventory. You can see in the beginning of the year, we had a month with 264 total listings. So this is the combination of properties that are A, active on the market, and B, in a contingent escrow or a non-contingent escrow. Back in October, we had 321 active listings, just a slight dip here in November. And this shows you the month of inventory, right? So the lower this number is, the more it's a seller's market. The higher this number gets, it becomes more of a buyer's market. And so we saw a little bit of growth here through the last quarter, but now November, fewer months of inventory. You know, the relationship between how frequently properties sell versus the number that are on the market. This is our median days on the market, and this is a good trend to watch because as the market days on market goes up, that may mean there's a little bit more malleability in the price. Sellers are a little bit more flexible. Things are not selling quite as quickly. And finally, the median listing price. And because of the small amount of transactions here on Kauai, this number can jump all over the map. You might look at Princeville. The condos in the last month were, I think in October, the median price was 1.475 million. And then in November, 1.275 million. Now, that doesn't mean the market went down, close to a 20%. It just means that the number of transactions were at a higher price point. So what does all that mean? Well, it's kind of hard to say because we're right at that precipice where the CPI index has improved. The interest rates over the last 6 weeks have gone down over 100 basis points. And we anticipate that as the rates go down, they're not going to go from 8% to 4% just like that. They move slowly. They hit a resistance point. Then another week goes by. They move a little bit slower down. At least that's what's happened. And rates have gone from the low 8s to the high 6s as of this recording. And so the more competitive the rates get, that's going to drive more buyers to get off the fence and possibly more sellers identifying that the market's a little bit better climate for them. There are more buyers, so more properties coming on the market. But we will have to wait and see. And with that, I'm just going to share with you, let me put this slide up. These are what's happened in the last week, so you just get a sense. Again, we don't have that much activity. If you take a look at the screen, these are all the new listings. So you've got about the most affordable vacation rental on the island. That's a full condo for $550,000. This is a one-bedroom unit at a place called Plantation Holly, adjacent to the Coconut Marketplace. This house on Ka'a'o Road is on the northern side of Kapa'a, and at $690,000, it is a true fix. That's where we are. $700,000 gets you a fixer-upper on Kauai. This is a modest house down in the Lahui area. Also a bit of a fixer-upper, priced at $800,000. This is a new vacation rental. Makahauena is down on Pe'e Road in Poipu. This is a condo with an ocean view, pretty close to the ocean. You can see beautiful big turtles there. That's listed at $125,000. And when you take a look at how the market has changed over the last couple of years, this is just a 9,000 square foot piece of land on a low Ali'i Drive, that's Queen Emma's Bluff in Princeville, out towards the edge of the bluff, $2 million just for that piece of dirt. And if I go, let me scroll down here a little bit. Let's see the properties that have sold in the last month and what's significant amongst them. You see a house here on the west side on Manahini Road. That was a really nice house. Look at this. There's a 2-bedroom unit that sold at Kaiulani, and it sold for $1.595 million. Now, just 3 years ago, those units were selling in the 800s. And here's a 3-bedroom unit that just sold for just under $2 million. So those are luxury townhouses. The prices have gotten high, but we still have a lot of mainland buyers that see value in that kind of property. This is a house in Kapa'a that's an old house, but it's been completely remodeled. And it finally sold at $999,000. It was on the market at $1.2 million, I think, to start, and finally came down. So that's the last week of activity here on Kauai. And with that, I'm going to say a hui ho, which is our way of saying goodbye. If my team or I can help you answer any questions when it comes to buying or selling real estate, we are here to serve you, to go above and beyond, as I like to say, to make sure we help exceed your expectations so you feel comfortable referring us to those you love. Have a great holiday. I'm Ronnie Margulis with eXp Realty. Until next time, I'll say aloha.